Yo, how's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to another review of the Pokemon Journey series. We're going to be covering Episode 2 in today's review, and just as I thought in last week's review, I had a feeling that we're going in backwards order for these episodes, as in we're going from Galar, and then eventually we're going to get to Kanto in the last episode of Evolutions. Originally I thought it would be the other way around, but it seems like we're starting with Galar, then going to Alola, Kalos, Unova, and so on and so forth. And just like I just mentioned there, this episode covers Alola. And just like with last week's episode where we had a focus character, the focus character for this episode is none other than Lily, of course. She's essentially the main protagonist of the Sun and Moon games. But yeah, this episode focuses on Lily and Alola. So let's get into it. Now before I get into the episode review, I just want to say if you're new to the channel and you like this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It'd be pretty awesome if you would do that. So like I mentioned in the intro, this episode focuses on Lily and her perspective of events during the 7th generation game, specifically Ultra Moon. As we can see Celine here in her Ultra Moon clothes. And we also see Lunala later in the episode. That's what Nebby or Cosmon evolves into later in the episode. But just like with the Leon episode, from Lily's perspective, we get some flashback scenes of her past during the events of the games, where she's too afraid to help Nebby when it's attacked by the Spearow on the bridge, to her confronting her mother saying awful things to her, and then taking off into Ultra Space to take care of Necrozma, and to not follow her. So then we see Lily in the present, who's gained confidence from all these events, goes over to help Nebby out, and then they go to the Altar of the Sun, they perform with the Sun and Moon flutes, and then cause Nebby to evolve into Lunala, which was a really nice scene. And then an Ultra Wormhole shows up, and Lusamine and Guzma fall out, freak out because Necrozma over here is kind of a monster, and just like the games, it shows up and takes over Lunala, becomes Dawnwing's Necrozma, and then Celine has to step up and take care of things from here. So that's pretty much the whole episode. So overall, I thought this was a great episode once again. I do wish that the storyline focused more on the original Sun and Moon games rather than the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon storyline, because I think the original Sun and Moon games had the superior story in my opinion compared to the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon games, but that's just me. But it was still nice overall. The animation was once again spot on. The fight between Lunala and Necrozma was awesome to watch, so that was a delight to watch. Now a highlight for me in this episode is definitely the music. I thought the music was amazing in this episode and was just great. It was just done perfectly in my opinion. And this caught me by surprise because apparently the music for today's episode, and I think episode 1 as well, was composed by Ed Goldfarb. Now if you're not familiar with Ed Goldfarb, he's essentially the composer for the dub version of the Pokemon anime. At least he started with the X and Y series to present. Now, his music has gotten kind of a mixed response from people in the West. Some people really don't care for it, and I myself don't really care for it either. So it surprises me that he actually composed the music in today's episode, because the direction for the music is just spot on. So hopefully the music for the dub maybe gets better in the future, because this goes to show that the guy can nail some of these game tracks, or tracks from the games, and make them really nice sounding, if that makes sense. Now one more thing I want to bring up is that I really like the perspective plotline that they're doing with each episode. Like in last week's episode, we had Leon's perspective in past and current events going on in the episode. And this week we had Lily's perspective, past and present. So I'm wondering if we're going to have that for each episode. Like we're going to have a character in next week's episode for the Kalos episode, or 2 weeks I should say, for the Kalos episode, and it's done from their perspective, and then we go to Unova and maybe it's someone like N or something like that, and then go on to Sinnoh and Hoenn and so forth. I like it so far, so hopefully each episode does this, because I think it's pretty nice. Oh yeah, before I end the video off, I almost forgot about this one. So at the very end of the episode, there's actually an end credit scene, as the credits are basically ending. There's a scene on Pony Island. There's a bunch of kids playing with the starter Pokemon from the Sun and Moon games, Rowlet, Litten, and Popplio. But you'll see 2 Pikachus here too that have the protagonist hats. And I'm wondering if this is going to be like a recurring thing in the Evolutions episode, where there's going to be a pair of Pikachu that have some of the clothes from the protagonist, or like hats from the protagonist. Not really sure, but they've done that with the Galar episode and the Alola episode, so don't be surprised if they do it again in the Kalos episode and going forward with the other episodes. Now that's all I got for today's video. So overall, I thought this was another great episode for the Pokemon Evolution series. I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. Another great episode, in my opinion. So in the comment section down below, post your thoughts. Did you enjoy this episode? Did you not enjoy it? What do you think is going to happen in the Kalos episode? I'd like to hear your thoughts. So post them in the comment section down below. And if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Anyways, guys, I'm off to go watch this Nintendo Direct, at least at the time of recording. It's right before the Direct actually is airing. So yeah, I'm going to go check that out and then finish editing this video, and it'll be up. This is Mitchell Mander talking in the past now, though. Alright, I might want to end this video now. So guys, have a great day or night wherever you're at, and yeah, peace. See ya. Bye.